I'm Charlotte Bray for the Press Enterprise and PE.com. Essie Hamilton, a 72-year-old woman from New Orleans, spent 3 days during Hurricane Katrina trapped in a flooded house where her father had drowned.
Well, I went to New Orleans in 2002 to take care of my mom and my dad. So when she expired, that left him, lonely. And so he thought I was going to come back and leave him. But I told him I'd never leave him. And I didn't keep my word because he died and I had to leave him. So, and I was getting upset because all this stuff had been done before, and it's like cried wolf. And so I just didn't pay it any attention. But then the sirens, I think it was sirens, went off. So I went to my dad, and before I could get to my dad's, the water was coming up. And then as it was creeping up, before I could get a few more feet, they went up around my ankles. And by the time I got to my dad's bedroom, which was a short distance, it was almost at my knees. He didn't want to go. The water is still rising. And then we heard that levee had breached. We thought it was, everything was over with. But then it kept coming. Then the second levee, second one breached. And by that time the water was up around my shoulders. We were there and I'm trying to hold my dad up. And all at once he got still, everything got quiet. And when I turned around, my dad was gone. He had drowned. And then I just started praying. Only thing I was afraid of, that I was going to be left in the house and no one would find me. And then this boat comes by and he said, they said, we're coming back. I said, oh, no, no, no. And I started screaming. I was terrified by then because I knew by then my dad was dead. And so the guy that was driving the boat, he said, no, we better take her. My first words when I got in the boat, what about my dad? They said, you're going to have to, he said, because we are trying to rescue the living. So I felt so guilty about leaving him because I promised him I wouldn't leave him. And I had to leave him.
After Hurricane Katrina, Hamilton came to the Inland Empire to stay with her family.
I stayed with them from September until February. And then we would look for a place, and then I came to Riverside. I had never, ever been to Riverside, and I am so happy now. Sure. I'm so contented. The only place I'm going to go from Riverside is going to be to heaven.
From Riverside, I'm Charlotte Bray for the Press Enterprise and PE.com.